Picture a story where a guy crosses paths with a woman who doesn't just catch his attention, but stirs something deep and unfamiliar within him, a feeling he never knew he had. At first, he's riding high, confident he's got this all figured out, like he's the one steering the ship. But then, out of nowhere, things shift in a way he didn't see coming. She doesn't hold onto him tightly or fret about him slipping away. Instead, she lets him go with a quiet ease, no drama, no long speeches, just a simple, calm gesture. That small act feels almost ancient, sparking a raw, instinctive pull inside him. A mysterious force draws him to her, and he's left wondering why he feels so compelled. Louise Hay, a guide on inner strength, taught that real change starts in our minds. From this angle, letting go isn't coldness. It's a powerful energy that pulls people in without trying. In a world hooked on chasing likes and validation, a woman who carries herself with inner freedom is a rare gem. That's why she's so magnetic. When she doesn't beg a man to stay, she ignites a deep, almost primal fascination. This isn't a game or a clever trick. It's something authentic, rooted in human nature, both psychologically and symbolically. Her confidence and mystery awaken a true longing, not from manipulation, but from how our minds are wired. Louise Hay often said our thoughts shape our world. When a woman moves with quiet strength, not chasing love or proving her worth, she transforms the vibe she gives off. That energy acts like a magnet, especially for men, drawing them in effortlessly. Think about it. How often have you seen a guy obsessed with a woman who didn't seem to chase him? Even from afar, she has a hypnotic pull. Is that just luck? Or is something deeper at play? This insight could flip how you see love. What if the secret isn't running after a man, proving your feelings, or texting him nonstop? What if it's about giving him room to fall for you on his own? It sounds strange, since our culture pushes us to pursue and prove we're enough. But here's the truth. The more we try to control love, the further we drift from its core. Louise Hay taught that power lies in letting go, not gripping tightly. In romance, forcing a bond breaks its natural, almost magical flow. When you give a man space to miss you, something clicks in his mind. The absence you create becomes a canvas he fills with thoughts of you, emotions, memories, images. That's where the spark ignites, not in always being there, but in being unforgettable even when you're not. If you overwhelm him with messages, trying to lock in his interest, the magic fades. Predictability kills charm. What's always within reach loses its shine. True attraction grows from a unique presence, a woman secure in her strength. She doesn't play games or use cheap tactics. She knows who she is. Louise Hay said that when you embrace your worth without needing approval, you project a different energy. Men sense it, and though they can't always explain it, they're drawn to it like moths to a flame. That hint of mystery makes them want to know more, to seek a real connection. They're not captivated by those who chase, but by those who quietly show, I'm worth discovering. Letting go isn't weakness. It's a subtle show of confidence, a way to say you don't need to control to be chosen. That's a strength men rarely encounter. When you release control and focus on your growth, you become unforgettable. Real love thrives where there's freedom, not in the trap of emotional neediness. If you've ever met someone with a natural charm, an energy that draws people in effortlessly, you now understand why they didn't crave attention. They were whole within themselves. That kind of vibe turns fleeting connections into deep, lasting bonds. Today, we'll explore what truly makes a man fall in love, deeply, genuinely, and for the long haul. It's not about tactics or empty formulas. It's an inner energy that shines from within. When a woman radiates quiet confidence, secure in herself without boasting, something remarkable happens in the mind of the man who notices her. Without saying a word, she sends a powerful message. I don't need to cling to you to know my worth. This raw, authentic energy sparks a desire that can't be faked. Louise Hay often spoke about the power of thoughts and how our beliefs shape how others perceive us. When you believe you're enough, that you don't need to chase love to earn it, your energy shifts. This inner change is visible to the world. Human desire follows deep, unconscious rules. When someone feels free to choose without pressure, their mind opens up, imagining possibilities and dreaming of what could be. That open space is where real feelings take root. Not magic, but pure emotional psychology. The key to attraction lies in mystery, in leaving room for someone to think about you, to miss you, to imagine being close. When a man doesn't feel rushed or cornered, his subconscious starts working in your favor. He reflects, feels your absence, and slowly realizes your value. The beauty is, this isn't manipulation. It's creating a space where love can grow naturally. By not trying to control his thoughts or fill the silence with words, you make your presence more powerful, more real, more unforgettable. Picture a butterfly landing on your hand. One sudden move, and it flies away. Desire works the same way. If a man senses pressure or urgency, something in him shuts down. But when he knows he can approach freely, he'll come closer because he wants to, not because he's forced. Louise Hay reminded us that believing in yourself is a bold act. Letting go doesn't mean losing. It's trusting that what's meant for you will find its way back, including love. Deep down, we all want to choose freely, not under pressure. Love should be genuine, not coerced. If a man is truly interested, you won't need to chase or convince him. His actions will speak louder than words. True love shows up in the little things. The way he checks if you got home safely, not out of politeness, but because he cares. The way he remembers that small story you shared over coffee because you've become special to him. Your presence becomes a privilege he values. That's the heart of it. When your company feels like a gift, not a duty, you're at the center of real attraction. Louise Hay said true feelings live in small, consistent actions, not grand promises. When you get this, you stop chasing. You become someone people are drawn to because they choose you. A valuable woman doesn't need to prove herself to the world. She shines naturally every day. Louise Hay stressed that our minds respond to the energy we carry, more than our words. So, instead of overanalyzing what a man does, ask yourself, how do I feel around him? Real love isn't measured by promises, but by how it nourishes you. Genuine care shows in steady gestures, sincere attention, and warmth that comes from the heart, not obligation. It's like a dance where two people find a shared rhythm. A deep connection grows not from controlling everything or seeming perfect, but from being real. Natural magnetism comes from embracing yourself fully, without masks or apologies. Fancy clothes or clever lines might grab attention for a moment, but only your authenticity leaves a lasting mark. When a man meets a woman who embraces her emotions, doesn't chase constant validation, and lives at peace with herself, something inside him comes alive. It's an ancient pull, a magnetic strength that draws him not out of need but out of admiration. This sparks a deep instinct in his subconscious, a desire to be near her, rooted in respect, not lack. The first step to radiating this energy is looking within. Ask yourself, what makes me unique? What do I cherish about myself beyond what others see? Louise Hay always said change begins with self-reflection. When you stop measuring yourself against others and start valuing your individuality, a profound shift happens. Your energy grows stronger, impossible to fake, and others sense this subtle yet powerful change, like they've found a truth they didn't know they were seeking. When you stop looking for someone to fill a void and become the source of your own fulfillment, you reach a new level of allure. You don't need anyone to complete you because you're already whole. From this place of emotional abundance, genuine connections are born. The mystery isn't in hiding who you are, but in letting someone want to discover you. If you take control of every moment, filling the space and leaving no room for him to step forward, you rob him of the freedom to be curious, to explore, to desire. Remember, desire thrives in freedom. Attraction burns brightest where there's space for curiosity, where not everything is spelled out, where discovery can unfold. In this delicate balance, the most powerful thing you can do is live authentically, not trying to impress with words, but being fully present. Deep bonds form not when you plan every move, but when you embrace the moment as your true self. You laugh, listen, share, not to dazzle, but because you're comfortable being you, unafraid of the outcome. When you let go of fearing judgment and simply live, something magical happens. Your energy becomes irresistible. This is true magnetism, not mind games or tactics, but the natural result of being in harmony with yourself. When you're at peace, Your presence becomes a beacon. You don't need to try. The allure shines on its own. The most captivating women stand out not with loud scenes or forced mystery, but with simple, profound authenticity. They know who they are, don't beg for love, avoid drama for attention, and aren't afraid to lose someone because they've already found themselves. The secret to real relationships is building the most important bond, with yourself. Women who leave a mark don't rely on others' approval because they've embraced themselves. They understand magnetism starts not with how others see you, but with how you see yourself. Louise Hay called self-love a transformative elixir that reshapes life, including love. When you nurture your inner world, your thoughts, energy, emotions, you radiate a light no one can ignore. It's not about perfection but growth. Those who draw deep connections aren't the ones trying hardest to please, but those who've invested in becoming their best selves. This authenticity is priceless. Women who value themselves don't cling to relationships out of fear. They know true love grows from freedom to choose, not fear of loss. They don't chase those who want to leave, trusting that what's real stays because it wants to, not because it's forced. This is the heart of attraction's power, not in dazzling or scheming, but in being real. Deep desire ignites when there's room for free choice, free of pressure or expectations. It's a truth our minds feel instinctively. When you stop being what you think others want and start living your truth, a miracle unfolds. You become magnetic, not for what you do, but for who you are. The difference between someone overlooked and someone unforgettable isn't in seduction tricks, but in the courage to be genuine. Women who linger in a man's memory don't do it with grand speeches or games. They do it by making him feel something real. Be the woman who isn't afraid to let go because she trusts. Believe that what's real will stay, that what's genuine will be recognized, that true love doesn't require a chase but a shared journey. Trust in yourself, your path, and above all, know that what's yours won't need to be begged or pursued. It will arrive softly but surely when the time is right. You deserve the best. Don't settle for less. When you stop wrestling with what's out of sync and start flowing with what feels right, something shifts. That change reshapes your presence, your connections, and how others see you. So, ask yourself honestly, are you ready to stop holding on to what doesn't value you and become the woman who inspires, attracts, and leaves a mark just by being herself? If the answer is yes, start today. Focus on what matters, on you. When you choose yourself, everything else that resonates with your truth, that's real, that's meant for you, will follow. If these words stir something in you, share them with someone who might need them. Sometimes, a small spark can light up a life. Thank you for being here. Let's keep walking this path together.